Once upon a time, there was a wild cat who lived alone in the bush. Growing tired of her solitary life, she found herself a husband. Another wild cat she believed to be the finest creature in all the jungle. One day, as they strolled together along a path through the tall grass, a leopard suddenly jumped out of the grass, knocking her husband into the dust. The wild cat exclaimed, "Oh, my husband is not the finest creature in all the jungle. It is Leopard." So the wild cat went to live with Leopard. They lived together happily until one day, as they were hunting in the bush, a lion leapt out of the shadows and attacked Leopard, eating him all up. The wild cat exclaimed, Oh, Leopard is not the finest creature in all the jungle. It is Lion." So she went to live with Lion. They lived happily until one day, while they were stalking through the forest, a large shape loomed overhead. An elephant appeared and with a mighty step squashed Lion flat. The wild cat exclaimed, Oh, Lion is not the finest creature in all the jungle. It is Elephant." So the wild cat went to live with Elephant. She climbed up onto his back and sat purring on his neck, right between his two ears. They lived happily until one day, as they were moving through the tall reeds down by the river, there was a loud bang, and Elephant sank to the ground. The wild cat looked around and saw a small man with a gun. The wild cat exclaimed, Oh, Elephant is not the finest creature in all the jungle. It is Man." So she walked after Man all the way to his home and jumped up onto the thatch of his hut. "At last," said the wild cat, "I have found the finest creature in all the jungle." She lived up in the thatch of the hut very happily and began to catch the mice and rats that lived in the village. One day, as she sat on the roof warming herself in the sun, she heard a noise from inside the hut. The voices of Man and his wife grew louder and louder until, suddenly, Man tumbled head over heels out of the hut and into the dust. "Aha!" said the wild cat. "Now I do know who is truly the finest creature in all the jungle. It is Woman." She came down from the thatch, went inside the hut and sat by the fire. And that is where she has been ever since.